Have you ever just stopped and listened to a big city? That constant hum, that buzz of energy? Where does it all come from? Well, it's way more than just traffic and skyscrapers. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on one Indian city to explore the real economic engines, the people whose daily grind creates the vibrant life we see all around us.
Right? I mean, think about any busy street you've ever walked down. The sounds, the smells, the non-stop motion. It's incredible. It almost feels like a living, breathing thing. But all that energy comes from people. So what are their stories? What are the hidden economic lives that power this whole incredible machine?
All right, let's dive right in. Picture this. It's early morning on a main street. You've got a vegetable vendor carefully arranging her tomatoes. A flower seller's stall is just bursting with color. Buses are flying by. Rickshaws are packed with schoolchildren. It's this super complex economic web, and everyone in it has a part to play. So to really get a handle on this, we're going to follow the stories of four very different people. I mean, their experiences couldn't be further apart. And together, they show us the entire spectrum of city life, from the constant nail-biting uncertainty of a daily wage to the comfort and stability of a secure career. Okay, first up, let's look at what is really the foundation of the city's workforce. The people who live day to day. Their livelihoods are the most fragile, completely depending on whatever they can manage to earn in a single day. So this is Bakchumanji, and his own words really tell the story. You can just feel the economic pressure that forced him to leave his family and his village behind. He didn't come to the city to chase a dream. He came here for survival, plain and simple, looking for the kind of regular work he just couldn't find back home. And what does that fight for survival actually look like? Well, this is what Bapshu earns on an average day. Now get this, after spending about 50 to 60 rupees on food and rent for a room he shares, there is barely anything left to save, let alone send home to his family. It's a life lived right on the edge. And Bapshu's situation, it's the reality for millions of people. You see, street workers are their own bosses, which, sounds great. But as you can see here, that freedom comes with zero security. Their shops are just temporary setups, there's no job protection, and they can literally be told to pack up and leave by the police at any given moment. So Bapshu's struggle is right out there in the open, on the street for everyone to see. But that kind of insecurity can also hide behind factory walls. So now, let's meet Nirmala. She works in a garment factory, but as a casual laborer, her world is just as unstable. This really captures the brutal reality of casual work. It's a total feast or famine cycle. When a big order comes in, Nirmala has to work these grueling hours, sometimes from 9 in the morning till 10 at night, just to keep up. But then, the season ends. And for 3, maybe 4 months a year, there's no work, no income, and absolutely no protection if she's treated badly. It's just a constant swing between pure exhaustion and deep anxiety. Okay, so let's shift gears completely. We're moving from that precarious world of daily wages to the total opposite end of the spectrum, to the stability and security that comes from owning a business or having a permanent formal job. Meet Harpreet and Vandana. Their story shows a totally different path. They started out just helping in a family shop, but they spotted an opportunity in ready-made clothes and decided, you know what? Let's open our own showroom. They took a risk and became entrepreneurs. And here you can see the real, tangible results of that stability. Because their business is permanent and has a license, it gives them a foundation to actually grow. They can invest, they can advertise, and they can build personal wealth. We're talking about things like a car, a flat, things that are completely unimaginable for someone living day to day. And for our fourth and final story, meet Sudha. She represents yet another kind of security, the permanent salaried employee. She's a marketing manager at a biscuit company, and she actually supervises a team of 50 salespersons. And this is where the difference becomes so incredibly clear. A permanent job isn't just about getting a regular paycheck. It's about a whole safety net. I mean, think about it. Savings for retirement, paid holidays, medical coverage for her whole family. If she gets sick, she still gets paid. This isn't just a job, it's a world of security that lets you plan for the future and gives you real peace of mind. So now let's do something really powerful. Let's put all 4 of these lives right next to each other. This is where the massive gaps in this one city become absolutely impossible to ignore. Just look at this table. It says it all. On one side, you've got Bachu and Nirmala. Their daily earnings are basically the same, and they have absolutely zero job security or benefits. None. Then, on the other side, you have Harpreet, Vandana, and Sudha, with high, stable incomes and the kind of security that lets them build a future. It's like two completely different economic planets existing in the very same city. And it is so important to understand that this kind of insecure work isn't some rare thing. In India alone, there are almost 1 crore street vendors. That's 10 million people. The experiences of someone like Bachu aren't on the fringes. For a massive part of the population, this is the norm. But there is a small glimmer of change on the horizon. The government is slowly starting to shift its perspective. Instead of just seeing street vendors as a nuisance or an obstruction, there's a growing recognition that they have a right to earn a living. And there are even proposals for designated hawking zones to give them a legal, stable place to work. So, at the end of the day, what's the big takeaway here? Sudha in her office and Bachu on his rickshaw will probably never meet. Their worlds are miles apart. But here's the thing. It is the combined work of every single one of them that makes the city run. Without the informal economy, the formal one simply couldn't function. They're all tied together. And that leaves us with one last thing to think about. Their work builds the very city they live in, but their worlds are almost completely separate. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What are the invisible lines drawn between the different worlds of work right where you live?